Are you always on the lookout for the next perfect diet plan or exercise plan, or feeling like you're wanting to make a change, but you've got to find the one that's going to work this time? I totally understand. I've been there. I want to talk about it today. Please join me. Hey, I'm Elizabeth, and I am here to help you become a woman of wellness by healing your relationship with food, loving your body, and learning to take care of your own self in the way that is uniquely yours. And today we are talking all about how to make the changes that you want to make in your life without feeling like you have to go for that next diet plan or exercise plan or something that someone else gives you or writes for you or whatever it is. So, I have a few tips for you today to help you do this. But first, I want to talk a little bit about my own history with diet and exercise, and I want to know if you can relate. So, I was in school and I was studying wellness, and I was learning all about nutrition and exercise and all of these things. And a funny thing happened to me during that time. I shifted into this mentality of I have to be healthy. And healthy looked like vegetables and fruits and never any sugar and always a perfect exercise plan and always a perfect diet plan, and I could lose a few extra pounds. Like all of these things that came into my mind based on what I should do, meeting requirements for health or making sure that I was reaching the minimum standards, right? You learn all of those things in school, and those things are good. There's a reason that they're there. But they became obsessive for me a little bit. And I wonder if you feel that way. If you feel that way with diets or exercise plans or whatever it is, and they become obsessive, you want to find that next thing that's going to help you get there. And along my journey, I would set myself up for this perfect plan. Seriously, I would start on Monday, right? I would go shopping, I would get all of this food ready, and then Monday would come and I'd do okay, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, and then, by the end of the week at least, things were completely out of the window and I was on a binge. And I was like completely on the opposite end of the wellness side of things. I was like, well, I can't do it. Why bother? Whatever. And this went on for a while. And then I learned a little bit more about this concept of intuitive eating and an intuitive lifestyle. And I realized something that I want to share with you today is that or I guess you are capable of knowing what your body needs better than anyone else in the wellness industry. Can you believe I said that? But I do want you to know that you are capable of knowing that, and you may not know it now, but I'm hoping that a little snippet in this video will help you, and then any of my other videos and resources and trainings will help you understand that what you need is within you, and you can discover that. So I have 4 tips today to help you if you find yourself on that path that I was on, constantly trying to find the next best diet or meal plan, or feeling like you're constantly failing with your wellness. And I want you to first know that you're not failing. I used to hate the word fail and failure, and then I realized it's actually a really great tool. When we fail, we learn something, and we learn what options we have the next time. We learned that something didn't work this time and that we can change things to help it work better next time. So if you failed a lot, that's good. You have learned and you are in a much better place now. If you feel like you are on the hamster wheel, let's talk about how to get off of it, essentially. The first thing I want you to know is that you are still worth trying, no matter how many times you fail, no matter how many times you feel like it's starting over. You're never starting over. You are learning and growing, and this isn't another starting over time. It's just a different way of doing things, okay? The second thing is to incorporate the changes one at a time. So usually when you want to make changes in your health and wellness, you want to change your exercise habits, you want to change your eating habits, you want to change maybe your emotional habits or mental health and all of those things, because all of those things encompass wellness. And so you go hog wild on your nutrition and your exercise, and you decide to meditate for 30 minutes a day, and all of a sudden you're like not sleeping and, you know, no fun. Life is boring and no fun. And so think about right now, what is realistic for you? What season of life are you in? And what is realistic for you to change right now? Is it a small nutrition change? Is it a small exercise change? Do you need to just start getting more in tune with your body and doing 10 minutes of meditation? Whatever it is for you, pick literally one thing. That's it. Just focus on one thing at a time. I promise it'll be better than trying to start, 10 different things, just like I did, where I went shopping and got all of the food for the week, and then I made sure I was going to exercise, and I made sure that nothing was ever going to go wrong in my life or be wild or crazy. I had this perfect vision, right? And life isn't going to be perfect, and we have to learn how to kind of ride those bumps and those waves. And the best way to do that is to not overwhelm yourself and start with one thing at a time. The third thing I want you to know is that when you do mess up, just learn from it and get back to it. And this is what keeps us, or not doing this is what keeps us on the hamster wheel, where we constantly are trying to do something, we mess up, so then we whatever, get off or stay on it. We do the same thing and we mess up, and we do the same thing and mess up. And so just know that having mistakes is a great opportunity to learn to do something else the next time. And so you're not staying on this hamster wheel, you're actually getting off of it and learning and growing. And I just think about, you're just climbing this mountain one step at a time. The fourth thing is to stay consistent. So I told you to pick one thing that you could focus on. And the best thing you can do, and this is what I ask my clients all the time, is on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you in doing this thing or making this change? If it's adding a vegetable to a meal each day, how confident are you? Are you confident that you can do that on a 3? You're not very confident, or an 8 or a 9? And based on what you answer, you know if you should go for it. So if you are an 8 or above, then go for it. You feel confident, you're ready. If you are below that, maybe you need to make that goal a little bit simpler. So that's why I say pick something that is realistic for you, and then make it so it's almost impossible for you to fail. So make it simple and then be consistent with it. Those are my simple tips. They're very simple, but they do take practice and they take work. And so the thing that I want you to know is that the perfect diet and exercise plan, although I don't like the word diet plan, but that's the only thing I can think of, I hope you understand what I'm talking about, is within you. You truly are capable of figuring out what you need, what your body wants, what it needs, and all of those things. You just have to start listening to it, and you have to start practicing. And it's really hard to practice when you're feeling like you have to be perfect all the time. And so I'm hoping you feel empowered. I want to give you permission to stop looking for another diet, to stop looking for an exercise plan, and start with what's inside of you. Start making some changes that you know you're capable of making right now. And then maybe down the line, an exercise plan might be great for you because you want to take that next step. You want to go to that next level. There's nothing wrong with that. But right now, we want to start learning to listen to our own bodies. So go practice those 4 steps and share with me in the comments what you think and how it went. And I will see you in the next video.